What is up, my Padawans, and welcome to week 3 of the LOL, the Little Oppressors League. And we are back with another team builder video, and we are going to give you our setup for this coming week, which hopefully will happen very soon. I'm hoping to battle within the next half hour, so we will see how this goes. We were going up against Will Porter. That's pretty much his name. I think that's pretty standard. I don't think he had any other alias in Discord. Might have something on Showdown, but we'll see. But anyway, we'll take a look at his team here real quick. He has got the Garchomp, Tapu Fini, Mega Venusaur, Darmanitan, Mandibuzz, Gastrodon, Ninetales, Gallade, Spiritomb, Stoutland, Lantern, and Probopass. So he's got a pretty good team, not going to lie. He's got an extremely well-built team. He's got the Firewater Grass here. He's got the Garchomp. Mandibuzz is fat. Gastrodon, very underrated. Like that pick. Ninetales, man. Ninetales is going to be very interesting, especially against my team. He also has that opportunity with Chlorophyll if he decides not to evolve his Mega Venusaur. Gallade, nice pick. Spiritomb, Stoutland, I like these picks as well. I especially like Stoutland, very underrated, I think. And then he's got Lantern and Probopass, just as kind of some more fat mons. As you can see, he's got a very fat team. His team is extremely bulky. His fastest mon is going to be this Garchomp, which will max out at 333. That is barring he does not bring Scarf Darmanitan, which is just a little bit slower at 95. But as you can see, we got 80, 80, 39. Ninetales is also fast, but really, other than that, he doesn't have a very speedy team at all. So we're going to try to play that to our advantage. And we'll start it off with Mega Sceptile, its first appearance that's going to be for this league. Mega Sceptile is going to be a Swords Dance set, rocking Leaf Blade, Outrage, and Sub. So here's the thing. Like we said, Garchomp maxes out at 333, so we're going with 334. We can go Adamant, and then we have some bulkiness to us as well. The fact that Mega Sceptile is so fast gives us options, and so he can live a couple more hits. Leaf Blade Outrage does very well against his team. There are not very many things that want to take either of those, especially after at least one Swords Dance. If I can get up 2 Swords Dances, then I will definitely win the game, because this thing is pretty much going to outspeed everything. I do have to be careful about the Mega Darmanitan, or not Mega Darmanitan, but the Scarf Darmanitan. So that will be important to remember. Sub is just kind of, if I can switch in on something that it's not ideal for him to stay in, possibly the Lantern. Lantern really can't hit me a whole lot. Probopass would also be an option. Just as long as I don't get toxic or anything, that would kind of be the avenue for me to be able to set up a sub and then be able to Swords Dance and then sweep his team afterwards. So that's our Mega Sceptile making his first appearance. We've got our Weezing here. Very standard set, besides the IVs and EVs and such. But we got Toxic Sludge Bomb, Protect, and Rain Dance. This is pretty much, once again, just to sit on the field and take hits. Rain Dance is for what you'll see later on, and it is also to check his Ninetales, because Ninetales does have Drought, and if you look at this team, there's really not a whole lot of mons that are going to appreciate Ninetales very much. So we do want to make sure that Ninetales doesn't completely just destroy us. So having Weezing with the Rain Dance is going to be kind of like the pivot into other things, as well as help out our Zapdos a little bit. So that's our Weezing. Next we got Lycanroc. I believe he's running Focus Sash for the 3rd week in a row. Also running a Swords Dance set this week. Also running Stealth Rocks. Stone Edge Play Rough does pretty well against his team. This is kind of our backup sweeper, but mainly he's here to get rocks off. I wanted to have a different moveset for Ferrothorn this week, so And also, Stealth Rock isn't as extremely important as it has been in past weeks. So, looking to do that for Lycanroc. Rocking enough speed to outspeed Garchomp. Like I said, Stone Edge Play Rough does pretty decent against his team. Probopass obviously checks us. However, I don't see him bringing Probopass. I mean, that'd be a pretty great bring if he did bring it. But I do not see him bringing Probopass necessarily. Defensive Tapu Fini also pretty much walls us as well. So that's not as good for us. However, we do have other options to deal with Tapu Fini. So hopefully we can do that there. Next is going to be our Ferrothorn, and he's running a Rocky Helmet set this week because all of his physical attackers are pretty much going to want to... This is our physical wall, as you can tell. All of the special attackers against Ferrothorn are either not doing enough damage to be viable against it, or they're doing too much damage to the point where it's not going to matter if I have leftovers. So we have Leech Seed, which is going to be our primary source of recovery. We're also running Spikes because most of his team does not like Spikes. If we can get up 1 to 2 layers of Spikes, then he's going to be forced to defog those away, and that's going to put pressure on him. Also, the chip damage is going to help out a lot for Mega Sceptile and for these two mons, as you'll see later. We also have Explosion as an out in case we just do need to get into something else and be able to set up on something or be able to knock something out if it's kind of in that mid to low range. Also have Knockoff just for the heck of it. Next is going to be our Zapdos. We're running a Life Orb set this week. We've also got Roost just so we can stay on the field a little bit longer. We've got Hurricane, Thunderbolt, HP Ice. HP Ice does a whole lot to Garchomp. Unless he's running defensive, especially defensive, then probably it's probably gonna Oko, so that's gonna be nice for us. Thunderbolt does a lot to Tapu Fini, so that is really good. And then Hurricane there for Mega Venusaur, which Mega Venusaur is very versatile, and that's why we need to be very careful about that. The other reason why I have Rain Dance on Weezing is so that I can have 100% accurate Hurricanes and I can just click them without having to fear for them missing, because that is always kind of something that you have to take into account. This speed is to outspeed non-Scarf Darmanitan. I believe Scarf Darmanitan, or non-Scarf Darmanitan, maxes out at 317, so this is going to outspeed that, which is at 95 speed to our 100 speed. Running Static because pretty much anything that wants to hit me, if it becomes paralyzed, then it's better than it being toxic by Weezing, so that'll work out nicely for us. Mostly Darmanitan, so if worse comes to worse and Darmanitan does hit me, have that chance to paralyze it and then pretty much negate all of those, all that speed that it'll have. So that's going to be our Zapdos set. And then rounding out our team, we've got our Hoopa, which this week we're running a Choice Scarf Hoopa. We've got Psychic, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, and HP Ice. I really don't know how this is going to work in this match. If I'm being honest, I would have much rather been able to run a Calm Mind Hoopa. But just looking at his team, there's really not a whole lot that I could set up on and be comfortable with just kind of leaving it on the field. And plus, I would also be depriving myself of the coverage that I needed to kind of go through his team endgame. Obviously, I need Thunderbolt for the Mandibuzz, which is important. I need HP Ice for the Garchomp because it's probably going to Oko me, especially if it is offensive. I do need Shadow Ball, and obviously I need Psychic to be able to hit for the most amount of damage with the stab, also to hit Mega Venusaur. So it's important to have all 4 of these moves for coverage. I thought about running Calm Mind, like I said, but it just did not seem like the best play. This is going to outspeed everything on his team. I think this gets us to 334, so I can outspeed not Mega Garchomp, but just regular Garchomp. I did think about running a Scarfed Claydol, of all things, because Claydol is actually speed 75, so it is faster. But I went against it simply because Claydol does not have the special attack stat needed to dish out the damage. I also thought about running a Rock Polish Calm Mind Claydol, but then I would also be depriving myself of the coverage that I needed to kind of go through his team. I could have run, so the plan was to kind of run a specially defensive, max HP, max specially defensive, or physically defensive, Rock Polish, Calm Mind, Ice Beam, and Psychic on a Claydol, but that just did not. I did the calcs on all of them, and obviously I think Hoopa is probably just going to be a better bet. Not losing anything with the speed. We can still be modest with this. So this is kind of... I didn't think Hoopa was going to be very good last game, and it turned out to be very important in the last game. So we'll see how this one works out. Like I said, I don't know how great it's going to be, but I really didn't think of anything else that I could have done any better. Thought about Arcanine. Arcanine didn't really pan out for me just because he has so many water types. I looked at Braviary, but his physically defensive Mons just kind of... Braviary doesn't do enough, so I did not go with Braviary. Then there was another one that I also looked at. Let me just check. I also looked at Alolan Ninetales, but I did not want to... I didn't want to go with the Hail. The Hail would be more detrimental to my team than it would be to his. So, especially since he also has the way to get rid of it too with his own Ninetales. So, didn't opt to go with Alolan Ninetales. Also thought about Urshifu and Grimmsnarl. I really kind of went through the entire team with this one, but nothing else really seemed to kind of be viable enough against his team to bring. So, we're rocking with this 6. So, we'll see how it goes. Should be playing here pretty soon. So, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. I will upload the battle here very shortly after this goes up. So, if you guys enjoy the video, please leave a like and a comment. Still need some nicknames, so if you have some ideas for some nicknames, that would be great. Stay safe out there. Peace.